Hey, we are about to go to, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We are getting ready for this live radio interview in Redlands. We are on the way now on 10 freeway, heading to the radio station. We want to change the real estate industry to benefit the consumers by redefining the job of a real estate agent. And I'm so excited today that we got this opportunity being invited on this radio station to share the message, the real estate office of the future. So heading back here on the freeway, we should be there in about an hour now. Okay guys, so we just got here at the station. So Ken Paul here is the guy behind, the genius behind this, who put all these deals together. So can you share a bit more about the power of the marketing through radio?
Absolutely, Rudy. One of the things that I think a lot of people forget is they want to speak to 1 million people. But when you're speaking to 1 million people, you're not speaking to anybody. Radio is a one-on-one situation. So somebody's listening, right? And Rudy, you got a great personality. They think you're talking to them by themselves. Even though there's 5,000 or 10,000 other people listening, they all think you are personally talking to them. And that's the power of radio.
Wow, that's powerful, right? So you see, right now I'm teaching real estate agents on how to 10x their marketing, right? So most traditional real estate agents still doing the door knocking, calling.
Right.
There's no leverage in that.
Oh, exactly. Now think about this for a second, Rudy. So if you have a radio show on a Saturday, right? When do you go door knocking? On the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So you have a radio show on a Saturday. That's like knocking on 5,000 doors.
Yep. And you're saying the connection is personal because now the consumers are in their car. You are talking to them.
Exactly. And the reason why you want to do this between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock is, guess what happens? Soccer is over, the kids have to move, they're in their car, they're talking, right? And listening to the radio.
Yep. So hey, for real estate agents watching this, remember we talk about market domination, don't compete, dominate. So through having a radio show like this is how we dominate the marketplace. But today, get invited to come here and to a radio show, and I don't know, they're gonna interview us about.
Oh wait, we're gonna interview Rudy. You know, you're gonna know everything there is about Rudy. So that's really the key to this whole experience.
We're gonna be talking about the real estate office of the future. All right, so let's come on in, join in the show.
Absolutely, come on.
We are about to go live now, sharing about the real estate office of the future system. Join in.
So, my first guest is Rudy Kusuma. Am I saying that right, Rudy?
That's right.
He's $1 million agent and a broker owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, and the Inc. 5000 fastest growing private real estate company in America. He's been named as the #1 team leader in all of California by RE/MAX LLC. And Rudy and his team have sold over $1 billion worth of transactions. He's been awarded multiple top producer awards, including top 5 team leaders in RE/MAX. Rudy has a very interesting and new model of doing things, but before I get to that, I also want to say that he's got a very interesting, and I think something that I really like, direction that he views things in. He's been a co-author with Brian Tracy, with Jack Canfield, author of the Chicken Soup for Soul books. And what is the name of that book?
The Soul of Success.
That's it. And he also has been on stage or worked with Brian Tracy. So he comes from a somewhat spiritual standpoint also. And he believes that every member of his team works together with the genuine desire to help people. So that's really wonderful. Oh, there it is, a soul success. So anyway, he is right here in the Inland Empire, and I'd like to say welcome, Rudy. Thanks for coming to Julie Talks Money.
It's a pleasure to be here, Julie. Thank you for having me.
And I appreciate that. So we are back with Julie Talks Money, and I'm here with my guest in studio, Rudy Kusuma, who is the broker and owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed. So tell us about that, Rudy, and about your slogan. What does that mean?
Julie, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Inc. is the only company that has the consumer's benefits as part of our company's name. And we are here to redefine the job of a real estate agent.
And how do you do that? I know I've read some things that's very interesting.
Yeah. I got my real estate license in 2007, and the first day I got my real estate license, Julie, immediately I found out there's a huge problem in real estate industry today, and that 70-80% of real estate agents' time is spent on prospecting, cold calling, door knocking. Mm-hmm. You see, their busyness have nothing to do with serving the consumers. And so what we did with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty is that we create a team system where each individual person has a specific role in that transaction. So for example, in our team, we have our marketing department who's focused solely on generating prospective buyers and sellers, ready, willing, and able buyers coming into our office every single day. Every month we have about 2,000 prospective buyers thinking of buying a home.
Wow, that's a ton.
Then the next one, we have our administrative staff team that make sure that each one of those buyers and sellers actually input it into our database. And then we have our inside sales team that focus solely on checking the timing and motivation, make sure we only deal with the buyers who's ready, willing, and able to buy now. Once we select that, then we book the appointments, face-to-face buyers and listing appointments to our outside sales team partners. So the real estate agents in my team, they focus on one thing and one thing only, that is to serve the consumers.
Now, I think I told you, I've had my real estate license since 2002, and I have gone through a lot of what you were talking about. I mean, that cold calling, that prospecting is really so daunting. It can be, right? And you know, if you're door knocking, or if you're going places, you're talking to people everywhere you go, saying, oh, you know, do you have a house to sell? And people don't like that. They're like, oh my God, that's all they want to talk to me about. And then you have to do the calling, and you have to try new listings and the other thing. That model sounds really pretty amazing.
I'm not against door knocking, Julie. I'm not against door knocking. I'm not against cold calling. It's just that today in 2019, it's still amazing to see real estate industry is the only industry that's still using that kind of techniques, that kind of strategy, which I think is obsolete. In order to be successful in today's real estate market, we got to leverage system, we got to leverage technology, we got to leverage people. There is no leverage in one-on-one door knocking. There is no leverage in one-on-one cold calling. And think about it, how does it benefit the consumers when the owner of the house thinking of selling their home today, when they hire a real estate agent, the traditional real estate model, all the agents do put a for sale sign in front of the house and passively waiting for the buyers to come in. Right? Think about it. If you're selling your home, you hire me. How do you feel if all I do, put a for sale sign in front of your house and waiting passively on an hour's open house, kick you out of your own home and waiting for buyers to come in? So that's the reason why at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, we redefine that. We change how real estate industry works. So when the consumers, when the owner of the house hire our team to sell their home, right now in my database, we already have over 45,000 buyers ready, willing, and able to buy, looking to buy homes right now.
Does that mean that they are qualified already with a mortgage? They're able to buy financially? You qualify them, pre-qualify them?
Yes, so when the buyers call in our office, the first thing is our administrative staff team input it into our database. Then our inside sales team check the timing and motivation, and then to book a face-to-face appointment with our buyers, with our outside sales team. Our outside sales team then check, pre-qualified, pre-approved, connected with the lenders. In fact, Julie, when you're selling your home, when you receive an offer from our team, the offers that we present to you, the owner of the house, there is no loan contingencies. We do what's called a full loan underwriter's approval to all of our VIP buyers' clients. So think about it. So when the owner of the house hire our team to sell their home, it's as if I've been working for you long before we met.
I like that. And I also had read about your analogy to a doctor's office. You had another one. Can you tell us a little bit about that too? 'Cause I love that. That makes it so clear.
Real estate industry, real estate agents is the only industry that the one person do everything. It's like juggling all the balls by themselves. Imagine, how do you feel? You go to a doctor's office, the doctor is the one who's looking for the customers, you come in, the doctors actually do everything. No, it doesn't work like that. So when we talk about at your home sold guaranteed realty, when we talk about redefining the job of a real estate agent, all we simply do, we create what's called a specialization, meaning each individual person has a specific role in the transaction. Just like when you walk into a doctor's office, we have the marketing department, we have the nurse taking your information.
Not the doctor?
Right? How can you imagine? So the doctors only do what change the outcome. How do you feel if you go to a doctor? How do you feel if you go to a brain surgeon and the brain surgeon spend 70-80% of their time prospecting for a new patient?
Or writing down your insurance information, or taking your blood pressure. Right.
So I'm not. Everything is important, right? Every single one of those, taking the blood pressure, taking the blood, those are all important. However, don't you want your doctors to really be good, to be really specialized in what they do best? So that's all we are doing in our company. In our team system, in our team model, all we are doing is that each individual person specializes in what they do best. So the marketing, the advertising person, they do what they do best. We leverage billboards, we leverage the radio, we leverage the TV, we leverage the media to generate ready, willing, and able buyers and sellers to call.
So tell us a little bit more about that, because we're talking about technology also. How are you using that social media, the technology, not just the billboards, but other things to get those prospects? I know every real estate agent in the world that I've ever seen has a website, and you can look at their properties there, and the next thing you know, you're getting emails, but they're not doing anything, in my mind. They've got a passive website,
Yes.
and that's it. You just
I think website, Julie, website is kind of like the death of a website. The reason, because now, when you have a website, it's kind of like you open up a retail store, right? Just because you have a website and you hope, it's like you're opening up a retail store and you hope the customers walk in.
True.
It's very passive approach. Today is 2019, so when we talk about technology, we'll talk about artificial intelligence. For example, do you know that right now we can look at the consumer's behavior? For example, when you go to my website, we call it a funnel, right? On a funnel, so when you go to my website, we can see which homes are you looking at, which criteria, which price range you are looking at, and then once we look at your behavior, then our system, our technology will follow you. Meaning, let's say you go to a different website, let's say you go to Amazon, you go to eBay, you go to Craigslist, then you're gonna see homes that match your criteria from my company will pop up next to you. Have you gone to like Amazon, Julie? Have you gone to Amazon and then let's say you're buying shoes and then you go to a different website and then the shoes actually will follow you?
Yeah, absolutely, immediately.
Yes, and that's called retargeting. The technology is already here. Right? So when you go to Facebook, for example, when you go to Facebook, we can study who is the consumers who's looking to buy homes in the area. We can see their level of education, the level of income. We can see all that. Then we can see which homes that match your criteria. Then we're gonna follow you through. When we say we, I'm talking about this computer system, this technology is gonna follow you, and then so when you go to different websites, you're gonna see suddenly homes that match your criteria is showing up next to you. It's not about the real estate agents. That's what I'm trying to say, Julie. Most real estate agents, they keep on saying, I'm the #1 real estate agent. The consumers don't care. There is no benefit.
They decide.
Yeah, how does it benefit the consumers?
So you're doing more active going to the consumer, so that you're in their presence, or they see you much more frequently. Now, aren't you doing something with Redfin also, which is something investors use a lot for finding properties or for looking at values of properties?
Yeah, so when the owner of the house, so we are talking about everything is what's in it for the consumers. It starts with our company's name, right?
Right.
Even from the company name, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Incorporated.
Is that your website also? Is that how people can find you?
Yes, our website, yourhomesold.com. Yes, and so the one of the ways to create more demand. So when the owner of the house hire our team to sell their home, the homeowners are looking for buyers. So imagine you're thinking of selling your home in today's real estate market. By the way, Julie, as you know, right now there's 10, 15, 20 times more active home available for sale. So if you're thinking of selling your home in today's market, you don't want to be just another one home for sale, right? So how are you being different and exclusive? So when you hire our team, we already have these 45,000 buyers looking to buy. So within the first 2 weeks, within the first week or two, the objective is to create multiple offers on your home that's not subject to financing.
That's great. You know, we have a couple more minutes. First, I'd like to know, what is there a phone number people can contact you at?
Yes, the best way to call our team, 626-789-0159.
Say that again?
626-789-0159. Your Home Sold Guaranteed or I'll Buy. To discuss the sale of your home, call 626-789-0159.
That's right. Now, real quick, before we end up, and I would love to talk to you more about this, and I hope you'll come back sometime, but you mentioned that the market is changing and that it is taking longer, and you said there's more inventory also. What are you seeing right now in your area in the San Gabriel Valley and also in the Empire? What's happening with the market?
Yeah, in our marketplace now, Julie, there's the number of homes that's available for sale. It's literally 3, 4, 5, 10 times more than it used to be 2 years ago.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that's the reason why we have to be careful. When you are thinking of selling your home, you can no longer just put a for sale sign. In the past, when I say in the past, I was talking about 2 years ago.
Even 1 year ago.
So last year, when you're thinking of selling your home, you can simply put a for sale sign and home will be sold. Right now, imagine in the past there's 50 homes, 50 buyers. Right now, there's 200 homes, the same amount of buyers. So if you just put a for sale sign, it's not gonna work. So we, in our company, we invented this Arbit home selling system. The purpose of this Arbit home selling system is to create a sense of urgency and excitement. So your home sold within the first 2 weeks, because if your home is not sold with no multiple offers within the first 2 weeks, Julie, it's gonna go downhill from that point on.
Well, let me ask you this. You know, in the past year, maybe 2 years, we've seen a whole lot, Rudy, of people saying they're going to get bidding wars going, you know, that, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll put my house up for sale, it'll sell in 5 days, and I'm going to have 10 offers on it. Is that still happening?
The average homeowners are not experiencing that. But with our system, we are creating that kind of environment in today's real estate market.
No, I understand that, but I'd like to know, just as an expert in your market, what you're seeing, because the people here, when we're talking about money and talking about real estate, and if they're thinking about selling or thinking about buying, or if they're the investors who are thinking about buying rental property, which they can do through you too, right? You know, or people who are looking maybe to flip a property, it's not quite the same as it was, right?
Yes.
We're seeing a change, a shift.
Yes, that's the reason why the homeowners today, the investors today, we need to be really careful when we hire a real estate agent. We gotta ask, what's your plan? What's your plan to create multiple offers within the first 2 weeks for my home in today's real estate market?
I like that. You have to have a plan.
And putting a for sale sign and hoping the buyer's gonna come is not a plan.
No, we always say that whether it's retirement or whether it's anything else, hope is not a plan. Hope is never a plan.
Yeah, hopium, right?
Hopium.
Hopium is not a marketing plan.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Thanks so much for being with me, Rudy. I really appreciate that. And again, give us their phone number and how the people can get a hold of you.
It's a pleasure, Julie. Thank you so much. And once again, your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy. To discuss the sale of your home, call Rudy at 626-789-0159 and start packing.
That's great. Thanks again, Rudy, so much. Look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you.
Bye-bye. It's good.
All right. We just get done here on the live video. Now we are heading back home again, heading back to the office to serve more clients, meeting our teams. We have a lot of transaction going on. So thank you so much, many of you listening to the radio station. I got so many questions about the show, but yes, your home sold, guarantee I'll buy it. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for your invitation. It's been amazing. Thank you for inviting, and thank you for sharing our team system to the people here in the area. Let's go back home.